Hello, my name is Harrison and we are still treating latitudes and longitudes. I have a question on the board and let's start. A moving object takes off from a town P, 40 degrees north, 52 degrees east, and after flying 1,450 kilometers due east, it reaches a town Q. It then flies due north to another town S on latitude 60 degrees north. We are to calculate the radius of line of latitude through P, the longitude of Q correct to the nearest degree, and finally the distance between Q and S along the parallel of latitude. So let's move on. Now we have a solution. So we draw okay, we locate P 40 degrees north, 52 degrees east. So let's take this to be 40 degrees north. And then 52 degrees east. So let's take this to be our first point, that's P. And then after flying for this due east, it reaches a town Q. A town Q. Okay, so due east, let's take this. So let us take this to be the second something. And then it then flies due north to another town S. We don't know this, but let us take this to be our S. Okay. So we have located the points. Now, town Q. So for this and this, distance along latitude, that's between P and Q. So take your center here and then the angular difference we don't know. So what we have, first of all, we have to calculate the radius of latitude there. It said calculate the radius of line of latitude through P. So latitude 40 degrees. We know that question A, radius is given by capital R cos alpha. This place our alpha is 40 degrees, which is equal to 6400 multiplied by cos 40. Meanwhile, we are given pi will be 3.142 YR 6400 kilometers. Okay, so we have 6400 times, you check your calculator, and that will give us 0.7660. 0.7660. And then that will now lead us to 4902.68. And that is approximately equal to 4900 kilometers. So this is the answer to question A. Now, question B, we have to calculate the longitude of Q. The longitude of Q, that is this, to the nearest degree. So before we do that, that means we have to calculate theta and then add it. Because as we are going like this, is increasing, we are coming back to be decreasing. So B, we know that we have something of this nature. And then we're talking of, let's call this theta 1, small r. So, but remember we have been given the distance between P and Q. So, we said that arc PQ arc PQ is equal to theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Because we are now talking of distance along small circle. And from there it will give us theta. Already we know the distance, so it will be 1450. That is the distance covered between P and Q. Theta over 360 times 2 times 3.142 multiplied by 6400 cos 40. But we have calculated that here, r cos alpha. So that will give us theta over 360 times 2 times 3.142 multiplied by, you just carry the value, that is 4902, 4902.68. Okay, and then in order to move on, we have to come back a bit. From here, we come back here. And then we have 1450 times 360 will be equal to, you multiply out, I think that will give us 30808, or let me write it well, theta times 2 multiplied by 3.142, then multiplied by 4902.68. Yes, so so that will give us now 145. Sorry, that will give us 50200. 522,000. We are dividing by theta should be equal to, we are dividing by 808.44112. So we now divide, and going over here we have from our calculator, you divide, and that means that theta is equal to 16.9434. 9434. Okay, which is approximately equal to 17 degrees. So theta is that. Now we are going over to question C. He said the distance between Q and S along the parallel of longitude. So moving on now, come here. So we are now going over to question C. We have to find the longitude of okay, the longitude. Now we have not found it, so let's find the longitude. Now we know that flying due east means whatever we have here, we have to add the answer we got. So longitude of Q, longitude of Q is equal to 52 degrees plus 17 degrees, and that will give us 69 degrees east. 69 degrees east. That should be the longitude of Q. Then C, we have to calculate the distance between Q and S. So Q and S is here, and that means we have to take our center from the big center. So it's supposed to be like this, and also this. So in this case now we have something of this nature. And then we are talking of theta 2. That is the angular difference. And in order to get that, theta 2, so this should be our Q, and this should be S. So theta 2 should be, we have not, that's subtraction. So 60 minus 40. 60 minus 40. That will give us 20 degrees. So our QS is theta over 360 times 2 pi capital R. So, and then coming back, We are saying capital R because this will be our big center. So it means that, coming back here, we say that arc QS is equal to 20 over 360 times 2 times 3.142 multiplied by 6400. Then that will now give us, if we calculate, that will give us, you multiply out, that will give us 803.804.352 all over 360 degrees. So this will give us 2234. 2234.3, which is approximately equal to 2230 kilometers. So we have succeeded in getting the distance between Q and S. You can see that the distance between P and Q is along the parallel of latitude, while that of Q and S is along the longitude. And that is the reason why we use capital R instead of small r. Again, I have to add this to 52 because, as I said earlier, as we are going towards the east, the longitude will continue to increase until you go to 180 degrees east. As you are coming back, is decreasing until you get to 0, it will start to increase towards the west. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If there's any question, put it in the comment section so that I will look at it and find solution to it in my next video. Thank you.